Anfang is the newest Call of Duty Zombies mode released alongside Vanguard, and its somewhat praised multiplayer that most players seem to be happy with, calling it one of the best Call of Duty multiplayers in years. Well, with Activision for the first time assigning Treyarch Studios to come handle the Zombies mode in another Studios game immediately coming off of Cold War Zombies, hopes and expectations for this mode were somewhat high, and being in that Treyarch in the past have quite rarely failed us with their Zombies experiences. Everything from World at War, Black Ops, and even Cold War, Treyarch have always seemed to find a way to not only captivate its fans with their very dark, mysterious, and humorous stories, but the gameplay has always been absolutely top-notch and chosen overall for most Zombies fans. So a lot would be riding on Treyarch as people were very excited to get their hands on this game, and I'm here to tell you, it sucks. Now, I don't want to completely tear down Treyarch. There's a lot of factors here that we have to consider. We are still coming off of the pandemic, which means people are still working from home. Treyarch also just finished up their own game and had to immediately start working on this one. So I get some of the stuff being underdeveloped. But some things just feel like they didn't try at all. Simple things like reusing the Pack-a-Punch animations or camos would have made us more happy than just leaving us with nothing at all. They programmed the Pack-a-Punch sound to some guns, and then some guns have no effect after the Pack-a-Punch, just a red flash on the muzzle. No Pack-a-Punch animation, no camo, no sound. There is currently no wonder weapon in the game or an Easter egg, or even the simplest side Easter egg. So I guess this will bring me to the mode. This year, at least for launch, they've decided to do away with the traditional round-based style map and have given us this Outbreak round-based onslaught hybrid. So as you can probably tell, they took a multiplayer map, Red Star, and decorated it to look like a Zombies map where sections of the map are closed off by portals. The idea here is to go through the portals to complete the objectives, giving you access to these hearts that you can trade in for skills like Dead Rot. And completing these objectives will also complete the round. There's only 3 objectives in the game, and every one of them being quite simple, it's really easy to get bored fast. There's only 4 sectioned off areas in the map, and the portals will also take you to a small section of the campaign and a small section of Shino Numa, but these are very small sectioned off areas. Everything you need is immediately in the spawn room, but you won't have access to it until you complete a few of these objectives. Perks are now in the form of fountains and are also free for the first one, but can also be upgraded 3 more times for a price. And besides the obvious, I have a few problems with this mode and just the way that it's presented. Now, it takes way too long to get things moving. I have to complete upwards of 6 objectives before zombies will even chase me around in the main world, meaning I have to play for about 30 to 45 minutes before I can even start working on certain camo challenges, and by that time, I've done each objective twice and I don't really have much desire to carry on. Usually by about round 15, you start to wonder why you're doing this and just either exfil or quit. It's not that high rounds aren't possible or accessible, it's just that it's tedious and boring. Repeating objectives over and over while the announcer says their lines way too much and annoying the absolute hell out of you makes the camo grind not even fun, and who the hell decided to give these big guys guns? The whole mode just feels incredibly cheap and thrown together. I think they knew that they had to release with something not only for the investors but to try to keep the fans happy. With trying to rush a whole new Zombies map directly after Forsaken was launched wasn't happening, so an easy way out was to decorate a multiplayer map with zombie assets, and I think in this process they decided to try something a little different since Outbreak was somewhat of a success and merge it into this experience. Now, this is where I really hope they don't go this direction, and I have a feeling that they're going to. Now, in Outbreak, we had access to an unused Blackout 2.0 map that was scrapped and then used for Outbreak, so it already kind of had that multiplayer zombies feel, but we never had access to that map prior, and made it feel new and fresh, and also on that scale it was just huge and it let us explore. And as the seasons went on, we were granted access to new areas of the map that we haven't seen yet, and also new objectives. This is what I don't want to see happen in Vanguard Zombies. It seems easy and just the way that they might take, but let's really hope they don't. I have a feeling new objectives will be added into this mode and new portals that'll take us to new areas as like some DLC, and some DLC may be added to Anfang, and possibly we maybe get some bigger DLC in the form of some new maps, but in this same formula. Now, I really just hope that they don't do this. I really hope I'm wrong here, but I hope down the line we actually get some real round-based maps. And on a side note, I noticed that I'm almost 100% completed my career challenges in Zombies in the game, and it hasn't even been out for a week. I wasn't even trying to complete these. If I was, I could have possibly gotten 100%er done on the second day. Just, Treyarch, please. first things first, a huge patch needs to come in addressing a lot of the minor bugs, issues, and just the underdevelopments like the pack-a-punch sounds and maybe a camo. Secondly, an Easter egg needs to be put into the game, if not a few of them, even just some smaller ones. Keep the community happy and keep us looking for something. It's one of the number one things that zombie players love, the possibility of always finding something new. And lastly, please give us a proper traditional round-based map. If you want to do this new Outbreak round-based hybrid thing, that's fine, but please don't leave the traditional formula behind. We love when you innovate, but the saying is true: if it's not broke, don't fix it. Treyarch has perfected zombies to a point that it doesn't need to be fixed. If it takes a little more time, that's fine. Releasing it in season 2 or 3 would make the fans happy, as long as we get something traditional and something that's not underdeveloped. I think at this point, giving us a map from Zombies Chronicles 2 would have made us more happier. Now, it's not all doom and gloom. I actually really like the art direction, the bright glowing red eyes on the zombies, those big bastards with guns, and just the atmosphere is really on point. And I actually really love the idea of using these demons' powers to help take on the other demons. I think that's really cool. I think they actually have something really good here with the story and the gameplay. It needs to be touched up on, and I think they possibly need to rethink the direction that they might be going with this mode. For many, this is just a side mode to Call of Duty Vanguard, but on the other side of the coin, there's just as many out there who play this game just for the undead. If you enjoyed this video, a like is very much appreciated. Subscribe to the channel. I do all types of Call of Duty content. Been a little bit hectic lately, but I'm trying to work in as much content as I absolutely possibly can. You guys take care of yourselves. Until next time.